843 TV, where the Lowcountry comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
Welcome to 843 TV. We are at the Coastal Discovery Museum, and we've got Rex here, who is the king of the museum, director of all things. Always a pleasure to be here. And now we're here for winter season in the beautiful Camellia Garden. So let's talk about the history behind it.
Yeah, I think this Camellia Garden is the most beautiful thing at the museum to see in the winter. And it was an idea that came from one of our board members, Fred Mansky. And he just loved flowers and was very passionate about building something that was at the museum that people could see in the winter. And so this winter rose or camellia garden, he and his wife Donna started in 2009, and they planted by hand and cared for all of these plants. We have 138 varieties of camellias here. And for them, it was a labor of love. So they came, both of them came, like when I first was here, they were here every week caring for these camellias, but they planted them, watered them, sprayed them, they did everything. And it was not just because Fred loved the museum and wanted to leave a lasting legacy that hundreds of thousands of people would see. It was also because they loved each other, and they loved coming to the museum and working together to leave something for the community. And so it's a really beautiful story. Yeah.
Now, of course, the garden is actually a trail through the garden that you can leisurely stop. There's benches. Tell us about the actual garden area.
Yeah, so the garden area has a trail going through it, and it's part of this 1.4-mile trail that goes all around the museum's property. So a lot of people will walk it in the winter up to the Camellia Garden, and some people will continue on and it goes back around to the museum. It's a beautiful trail system. And this area was selected for the camellias because it's underneath these beautiful live oaks. And the camellias like this dappled sunlight on them. And so it's a perfect environment to grow camellias. And that's why they've done so well. You can see in 14 years, they went from tiny little sprouts up to these trees that are now 15, 18 feet tall.
You've gotten to see them grow over time. I know that's neat. Yeah. Well, as you said, it's not only the camellias are gorgeous, but under the oaks, it's like the perfect Lowcountry combination. And you don't get any more beautiful than that.
It is. And so like in my lunch hour at the museum, this is what I love to do. I love to come out and walk this trail and see which camellia has started blooming today. And for people, like a lot of people think the Coastal Discovery Museum is just our great exhibits, or it's a place, a wedding venue, but I really want people to get out and explore our property. And this is part of it, seeing this beautiful natural environment with beautiful flowers in the winter. And so this is one of the hidden jewels of the Coastal Discovery Museum that a lot of people don't get to see. And so I really encourage people in the winter to come out and see our beautiful Camellia Garden.
Well, as you said, they don't even know about it. I mean, how many times have we been here? I've been here and never had the chance to come to this spot. And I'm just amazed. It's absolutely
well, now that you've told people about it, everyone's going to come here, right?
For sure. And I'll be bringing my kids for sure coming up this winter. So this is like a labor of love that was for the Manskys. I think it is for you too. It sounds like
I think carrying their gift forward and making sure that it's well maintained, Wendy caring for the camellias, and doing events that bring people into this beautiful garden.
I know coming up in a segment later in the show, we're going to talk about one of those coming
we are.
up the road.
That's a very special event. We will not spoil it. People have to stay tuned.
Yes, absolutely. Anything else you want to share before we take a break about the garden, or they can just come out? It's absolutely free, just like a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is like something that I really want people to know about the museum is that our exhibitions and our property are open free to the public 363 days a year. We're only closed a couple days. And so that's possible because we get great support from the town of Hilton Head Island and from donors who support the museum. And that allows us to be free to everyone to come see our beautiful gardens and great exhibitions.
Yeah, well, just another reason to love the Lowcountry. So thank you, Rex, for sharing.
You.
And stay right here. We'll be back with more 843 TV.